On this episode of Neckbeard Rips r/Neckbeards, we're talking about alpha males. First thing today, we're gonna try to talk about 3 or 4 things in the subreddit. First thing is, there's this guy complaining about how women always want alpha males, and then they just, they try to change them into nice guys. And when they do become nice guys and become sensitive and whatnot, they get bored of them and try to move on to someone else. And the alphas they're with are always, hitting up other chicks and stuff. Well, sorry to break it to you, that's how it is. You don't think so? I mean, when I'm nice, like I was nice, okay? Like genuinely nice before I got corrupted. You know what happened? Women would pounce on me like jackals fresh for the kill. I mean, seriously. They'd have fun making fun of my weight, which they still do, believe it or not. They'd make fun of me being, quote, ugly. They'd make fun of me for having disabilities, even in the workplace. We're talking coworkers, managers, senior management, making fun of me for having a disability. And that how managers above them, including a director at one job, and at the other job, we're talking about the corporate level manager, the district manager, saying that it was okay for these people to make fun of me for having a disability. The director was actually at a place that's supposed to help empower people with disabilities. So my coworkers were making fun of me for having a disability at a place that's supposed to help people with disabilities. And he said it was okay. The director said it was okay for that to happen. And the other thing about alpha males is, like when I was, a teenager, I was not popular. I was made fun of like crazy, to the point I have flashbacks every day. Seriously, I have flashbacks. I will have dissociative seizures. Okay, I have to be on medication twice a day to prevent the flashbacks as much as possible. And they always went for the cool guys, the alphas. And now that I'm an adult in my 30s, I see all these women who are, middle-aged with kids. Now they like me. Well, the reason why is because, I don't have violence, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I can tell they're only faking interested in me because they want me to take care of their kids. That's all I am to women. I'm a resource. They want to just use me. That's just the way it is. Another thing let's talk about is this little, they call it a Hamlet. Basically, he made a cheetah statue because I wanted to attract people, and it was a cool tourist attraction. I mean, around where I live, we've got the chainsaw garden, couple-minute chainsaw garden. That somewhere in my city. That's just to attract people. Okay? So it's just an attraction, and they say it's Neckbeard for the town wanting to attract attention. They called it the town Neckbeard spelled. Another thing, let's talk about, they said high school level Neckbeard because this guy stole a girl's eraser and tried to make himself the victim. Women do that kind of thing all the time, but you don't hear people in this subreddit complain about it. Like my mother, for instance. I know some of you are going to say mommy issues. Well, for those of you who say mommy issues, go back to the 1850s, Freud, because 1850s, 1870s, because I don't think you realize this, but in the past 150 years, psychiatric medicine has advanced a little bit past the Oedipus complex, okay? But like my mother will do something and then try to make herself the victim. Like I was an adult, and we were in Red Lobster for my birthday, and she used to do this thing called where she goes, uh-oh, I've got an urge, and she'd tickle me, and it got ingrained in me, so I just laughed when she did that. Here I am, an adult, in a restaurant that's, it's Red Lobster, right? It's not McDonald's or fast food, and she is doing that on my birthday in the restaurant. And when I just gave her an angry look and didn't do it, she tried to make herself the victim and did the fake crying. And as soon as the food got there, nope, she got back to normal. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's like that happened at the workplace. I'm having trouble remembering it. There's one thing I don't want to think about too much, but yeah, there's that one thing that happened. Then there's the issue of, well, let's talk about how no matter what, you're a lolicon. There's this person, I'm assuming was a woman, may have been a man, but the picture was of an anime woman. It said, "Me with men in anime," and it's a anime woman being really happy, and then it says "me with men in real life," and it's this woman who looks completely dejected. And they're calling her a lolicon and Shota lover and stuff like that. It's like, she said men, okay, men. It's not, she didn't say Shota, okay? So don't assume. There was one other thing I want to talk about. I'm trying to remember. I'm having difficulty remembering. Stink. Oh well, I'll do it next episode. See ya.